Iowa. Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine gives you access to experienced board-certified surgeons that will work to get you back in the game. They treat patients from across Iowa, including right here in Indianola. If pain is leaving you unable to enjoy your favorite outdoor activities, Capital Orthopedics has an office right down the road inside the Indianola Specialty Clinic. Call today at 515-440-2676 or use the convenient online tool to request an appointment. Don't go another day letting that nagging injury or soreness keep you on the sidelines. Like Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, work on getting you back in the game.
And we welcome you back to our pregame coverage here on KNIA 3. Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins joining you live here for a top 5 showdown in Class 4A. It's number 5 Indianola, undefeated, welcoming 10-2, and number 3 Waukee. I'm Andrew Schneider joining you here on KNIA 3 and on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. And as we take a look here at our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game, Rob, obviously the big story for Indianola has been for the past week plus, they've been without Drew Kingery, their best overall athlete. But they're undefeated. Despite that, they've played some great teams so far. They've been able to knock off some of the better teams in the Little Hawkeye Conference, DCG, Pella, and Pella Christian on their way to this point, and Johnson last Saturday. But the test is a little bit tougher when you've got a Division I star in the making at the top of the Waukee lineup. This will be the toughest test of the year so far for Indianola, a team that fancies itself as one that can make a big run towards Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, this is kind of one of those measuring stick games, right? Like, you know, when all of a sudden, you know, you're running the conference and doing great in the Little Hawkeye Conference, but this is a great opportunity before March to kind of test your mettle against some of those bigger schools and bigger talents that you might see if you made a state tournament run. So, and it's great because win or lose today, you're going to be able to take the lessons learned and kind of work on that adjustment without having it be a season-ending loss at the end of the season. So this is really a win opportunity for Indianola. Obviously, you win the game, and it's huge. You know, if you stay close and maybe if it doesn't go your way, you still learn a lot about your team and you figure out what you need to improve as you start to look towards that postseason.
And, of course, the only disappointing part about Drew Kingery not being at 100%, Rob, is we don't get to see a showdown of stars. Omaha Billu on the other side, a future Iowa State Cyclone who journeyed his way from Waukee to the prep school scene and then back to Waukee again, and he hasn't missed a beat. He's one of the best, if not the best, Iowa high school prep player in the entire state.
Absolutely, averaging almost 24 points a game, number 9 ranked recruit in the country, heading to Iowa State and Ames next fall.
Which makes me happy. The Cyclone in me makes me very happy.
Absolutely. You know, they probably be able to use him today at Fog Allen when they play. I think they've already tipped off against Kansas. But, you know, he's a special talent. He's going to be the highest ranked recruit in Iowa State history. So clearly he has that star power. But this is really a great opportunity for Indianola to get to play against a player like that. And when you play big stars, big talents, you tend to play up to your competition. Just like sometimes we say you play down to your competition. I think this is a chance for Indianola to really step up. So again, that's the luxury of getting a game like this on your schedule.
Well, and in the case of this run for Indianola, the sum has been greater than the parts, right? Again, we're going to talk about Drew Kingery's absence because assuming he's back and 100% healthy, which he should be by postseason time, how good you do against Waukee, it's almost a little caveat, a little back pocket saying, well, we played well, Drew wasn't there, what can we do against them with them? And it's shown that Waukee, they've got 2 losses on the season. They're not bulletproof. They have, again, the best player maybe in Iowa high school history in terms of talent and raw recruiting, but the rest of the team is solid, but not certainly elite around him. And so they're 10-2. They're still a fantastic team. Don't hear me wrong, Waukee fans, but it is kind of a one-man show most nights.
Right. And, you know, it's going to be a great test for a player like Charlie Wilmot, who had 26 points last night in the win against PC. But now he's going to have his hands full down low with Omaha Billu and the rest of this good-sized Waukee squad. And so, again, you know, opportunities for, like you said, the sum of all the parts to get better. Brady Blake leading the team in rebounding. And, you know, so it's going to be a good opportunity to see what he can do with against some bigger competition and how that looks. So, you know, again, honestly, you can just it's all the positives, regardless of how the game goes. I think that's how you have to look at it from Indianola's standpoint, but here's the bottom line. You want to win the basketball game.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter who's playing against who. You want to play the game for sure. And Waukee, again, a fantastic team, and they fancy themselves as one of the best teams in Class 4A. They'll get a chance to prove that here again today against Indianola. Your DeArmond Ford Radio keys to the game. Let's go ahead and take a check at your Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling radio game time temperature, and it's only getting warmer outside. That's the benefit of having an early afternoon game, 40 degrees outside, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun as this gym fills up for a top 5 showdown in Class 4A. Your Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, no hidden fees, just one great price on plumbing, heating, and cooling services to keep you comfortable. You're listening to Indianola High School basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on KNIA 3. As we will keep it right here and take a look at your Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Our college games nearing their finals. Simpson 68, Dubuque 53 after 3. As we mentioned earlier, Luther 55, Central's women 53. Melcher Dallas at the half, 29-15 over Colonesco. That's your Environmental Services Forest Septic radio scoreboard, proudly serving Central Iowa since 1918. Number 1 in the number 2 business. Rob, a final thought before we take a quick break, catch our breaths, and get ready for this big showdown.
I'm excited. This is going to be a fun basketball game. The energy inside the gym here in Indianola is electric, and I think everybody's anticipating this game for a lot of reasons, but it's going to be a lot of fun, Andrew.
Especially because this very well could be, depending on how all the rankings shake out, a kind of game you're going to be playing to go to the well, if not a first-round game at the well. This is elite talent that we're seeing on both sides of the floor. Should be a good one. Strap yourselves in on the Indianola Activities YouTube and on KNIAKRLS.com. Indianola Waukee, top 5 showdown.
When shopping around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's local and community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola.
Not all used vehicles are created equal. DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage. What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection, Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, wheel dent, windshield repair, and repel shield. Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties: 1 year 12,000-mile bumper to bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Get your swag on at the newly opened Swagabees in Indianola. Stop in for awesome swag, from graphic t-shirts to hoodies, blankets, drinkware, gifts, novelties, and custom designs just for you. Be sure to check out Swagabees' organic, all-natural sweet scents collection and so much more. You've got team spirit, and so does Swagabees. The Swag Our Community program gives back $2 per shirt from the swag wall to area schools. For that unique gift idea, visit Swagabees, open daily at 1709 North Jefferson Way, Indianola.
Houston's on Main in Milo is home to Milo's best wood oven pizza. But it's not just pizza. From Spaghetti Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, to ribs on Fridays, as well as a full kids menu, adult beverages of every kind, Houston's on Main is a place to eat for everyone. Stop in and enjoy live music or have some fun with karaoke. There's something for everyone at Houston's on Main in Milo.
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing. From our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Live inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIAKRLS.com and on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins, as we get you set for our opening tip. It's number 5, undefeated Indianola in Class 4A, set to take on number 3 in Class 4A, the Warriors of Waukee. A full gym for a Saturday afternoon. Thank you for strapping yourselves in and joining us wherever you may be as we get you set for a potential state tournament or sub-state tournament preview here in Indianola. Do have a Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update. Central's Women and Luther tied at 66. Live on 92.1 KRLS here today as well. Rob, obviously for a Saturday, there was a pretty good energy last week, and obviously the big comeback against Johnston, but this is just an extra level, right? You know that Waukee has their sights set on a state championship coming up and trying to bring themselves back to that point after 2021. Indianola trying to prove they belong in Class 4A.
Yeah, this has a Division I feel to it. I've got to tell you, this crowd is just electric, and this is just going to be a real treat. And I know we keep talking about it, but this is just such a unique opportunity for such a powerhouse game on a Saturday afternoon.
And you know me, Mr. Pella, Little Hawkeye Conference for 9 years, I don't normally get to step out of this zone myself, and really excited to see this level of basketball in Class 4A. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock, your opening tip on KNIA just after 3:40 this afternoon.
I think the young kids say, let's go.
Yes, let's go. I'm sure they're making a TikTok video somewhere about this, but you and I don't need that. We have ourselves a great video stream here on Indianola Activities YouTube, and we have ourselves some great basketball in front of us as Charlie Wilmot will line up opposite Omaha Bellevue. And we have, by the way, our starting lineups. Mention those throughout the game, presented by Godfather's Pizza Express. Ball is in the air, controlled by Waukee. It's Billow, Costello, Randall, Pfeiffer, and Littlefield for Waukee. Heimbach, Dre, Glasscock, Blake, and Wilmot. Your starting lineups presented by Godfather's Pizza Express. They have the right starting lineup for any situation at Godfather's Pizza Express. Spin move, Waukee in the post. Floater gets off the rim for two. And that was Pfeiffer for the first points of our game.
Pfeiffer, nice little spin move there.
Dakota Heimbaugh scoreless against Pella Christian last night. Did have a couple big steals. Here's Casey Glascock. Coach Ebling mentioned him in the postgame interview. Misses the layup. Rebound controlled by Littlefield for Waukee. Right side, here's Costello. Three on the way, no good. And a loose ball, rebound on the floor. And it should stay with Waukee as Heimbaugh was out of bounds when he went to go reach for it. And
yeah,
it will.
Lots of bodies on the floor there. Pfeiffer just kind of got piled on.
7:13 remaining first quarter. Waukee 2, Indian 0. In case you missed, presented by Hines Mechanical. It was Waukee winning the girls' matchup 52-36. Shot off the glass, no good. Charlie Wilmot, who's coming off a 26-10 point double-double, gets his first board of today. Here's Braden Dre, dribble drive for two.
Oh, spectacular drive down the lane and finished by Braden.
6:53 remaining. Tied up at 2. Expect a high-scoring affair. And an offensive foul called on Below as he drove in and got tied up there in the paint.
And if that's for Indianola, that's the start you want on defense. Brady Blake, good position and able to get the offensive foul on Ballou.
Ballou ends up getting that one. Omaha Ballou, as we've mentioned a couple times, to feature Iowa State Cyclone. 6:43 remaining. Welcome our audiences in from Waukee and Indianola for it's already been a fun start here. Heimball flips it out to Dre. Dre, dribble, drive, center of the lane, kicks it out to Glasscock. Glasscock, he'll also drive, penetrate, kick it back out. Dre, three on the way. It rattles in and out, no good.
Wow, what
Board
a shot.
controlled by Pfeiffer. Had a couple of those last night against PC. Did both teams. And then on the other side, a big answer. Vance Pfeiffer has all 5 for Waukee early. 6:11 remaining in the first. And that's what makes Waukee so dangerous, is you know what Omaha is going to give you in that top spot. When they win because there's a second or third member who's getting some good points in action, and that's Pfeiffer in this case. Here's Brady Blake, flips it inside to Glasscock, stolen away. Pfeiffer's been very busy so far. First Indianola turnover. In transition, a whistle and a block called on Heimbach. Counted and 1.
That was a nice pass. Pfeiffer kind of made a no-look motion to pass and then kept it and went to the rack, and he drew the foul.
7-2 Waukee early. It's been all Vance Pfeiffer so far. Maybe you heard my comment about the one-man show. He's been the one-man show here for Waukee.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job so far, but he's doing it in a controlled fashion. Indianola just needs to kind of settle in here, get some rebounds, and get it going.
And Ballou ends up tipping out the rebound and giving Waukee a second chance after the missed free throw. 5:40 remaining here in the first. Here's Costello. Costello into Billu. And then it tied up with Wilmot, and it's stolen away by Indianola.
Yeah, they kind of double-teamed him there, able to get the steal.
5:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Indianola trying to get the offense going with Braden Dre. Dre crosses over, step back. Can he get this one to go? Yes! Braden Dre has all 5. It's been Pfeiffer versus Dre so far.
Nice three-point shot there. Nice, steady and control.
Waukee up by 2. Couple of passes on the perimeter. This is Cooper Randall. Randall, step back to answer, no good. And the board is controlled by Charlie Wilmot, his second. Up ahead to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh directing traffic. Here's Blake. Blake from the three-point line, hands it off to Wilmot. Wilmot scoots it out to Dre. Dre flips it to Blake. Blake crosses over, goes right side now. Glascock. Glascock, can he find some penetration? Spin move, stops in the lane, kicks it out. Dre, can he go back-to-back from 3? No. And the board controlled by Cooper Randall. 4:30 remaining in the first. Waukee 7, Indians 5. Down low, and some contact and a blocking foul called on Wilmot.
Unfortunate, too, because the
ball went out of bounds.
Ball went out of bounds off of, looks like Pfeiffer's foot, but he drew the blocking foul on Charlie.
Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 7-5, 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. Both teams testing the waters. And a layup doesn't go, but the offensive rebound is in for Billu.
Strong move to the basket by Billu. He's able to police up his own rebound and get the follow-up shot in.
Billu with his first points averages nearly 24 per game, has 2 offensive rebounds here so far. Here's Glasscock at the free throw line, has it knocked away by Billu, and it's stolen officially by Littlefield. Second Indianola turnover. 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter. 9-5. Waukee with the ball in a 4-point lead. Entry pass into Pfeiffer. He's been busy so far. Tried to get his own rebound. Indianola fans looking for some fouls coming here. Ball loose on the floor and scooped up by Waukee's Littlefield.
Yeah, a lot of contact down there. Refs letting them play right now.
3:35 remaining. Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Central and Luther going to overtime, tied at 66. A steal, the second by Littlefield. Third Indianola turnover after Littlefield had the putback. 11-5 Waukee early. Out to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer at the top of the circle. Hands it off to Costello. Costello down low. Here's Billu again. Billu just puts it in for 2.
Billu, strong move over the top of Brady Blake there. Not much he could do. That was good position by Brady.
4 offensive rebounds, by the way, here for Waukee in the early going. Still just 5 minutes into this game. 13-5 Waukee with their largest lead. Here's Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh well outside of the perimeter at the volleyball line. Here's Glasscock. Glasscock, nice shuffle pass. Wilmot's shot is blocked by Billu.
Wow.
Rebound for Waukee and a reverse layup for 2. Cooper Randall. And that'll force a McCoy True Value timeout. Just a nice defensive play and a great answer for Waukee. Do have a Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Dubuque outscoring Simpson 24-5 in the fourth, and they will come back 77-73. They were down by 15, Rob, at the end of the third, and Simpson's women will fall after a 15-point lead. Dubuque will win.
That's a tough break for Simpson.
You know, the old sport's not, he's kind of probably fuming a little bit because that's a tough fourth quarter there.
Yeah, that, if I'm not mistaken, they're on the road, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, they're here.
They're all good, because I was going to say, you don't want that long bus ride home after one of those.
No. Dubuque 77, Simpson 73.
Let me tell you, that last sequence there, Billu with the block on Charlie Wilmot, and then just a nice transition basket down there. Indians need to respond.
Well, and Indianola was just so quickly on the inbounds that our public address announcer didn't even finish before a shot went off. Offense at a premium here today. Here's Randall. Randall inside. Owen Skipper, first sub that we've seen in for Waukee. And a 3, a kick out to Randall. 18-5.
Randall shooting 36% from the three-point land.
And he pours that one in to make it 18-5. Still 2:04 remaining here in the first quarter. Indians have had their fair shares of big runs in the second half of games, but they can't let this one get away from them too soon here.
Nope.
Here's Bennett Brick. Out to Glasscock. Glasscock out to Blake. Blake, dribble drive, floater in the lane, draws contact, and he's got 2 shots coming.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're down 13 with 1:46 to go here in the first, but the Indians aren't playing badly. It's just the quickness and size of Waukee is very evident right now, and so they just got to figure out a way to combat that.
Our fan of the game, by the way, is Rich Clark, presented by Cabin Coffee Company. A $25 gift certificate for Rich. If you'd like to be our fan of the game, you got to stop by Cabin Coffee Company to register, and then listen to our next Indianola broadcast Friday to see if you're our fan of the game. 18-6. First is in. First non-Braden Dre point of the game for Indianola. Glasscock checks out, and Jackson Overton in. 18-7. That'll stymie the Indianola run. It was 5-3 at one point, or 5-2, and then Waukee has ripped off a big run.
Yep.
From 5-2 to 18-7. And another bucket inside. This is Jaden Rogers off the bench. 5 different Warriors to score here.
Yeah, they're pretty balanced. They don't run the ball all just through Omaha.
Omaha is guarding Overton here. Here's Dre. Dre bullet pass into Blake. Blake found an opening. Reverse layup, can't get it to go. Brick put back, yes.
Great follow-up. Blake slow to get up.
And then we got a whistle. And Waukee not happy.
But Blake, he's definitely hurt, and he took a tumble there. Waukee coaches are very upset right now about the whistle by the referees.
Yeah. And it's a McCoy True Value timeout. I think their frustration is that you're supposed to let the play go on.
Yep.
And not that we're not concerned about Blake. It's just that's the obvious difficulty there. So.
Yep.
And Waukee felt like they had a play as Billu and Randall check out. And I think there was some blood on the floor too.
Yeah, Blake hit the floor pretty hard over there, and he's still trying to get his wits back about him over there. He's hurting.
20-19. This is a McCoy True Value officials timeout. By the way, that offensive rebound by Brick was our drive to the basket presented by Z's Eatery and Draft House. Stop in to make sure you enjoy some of the best food in Indianola at the best prices. Fill up at Z's Eatery and Draft House before the next big game.
Yeah,
20-9.
Brick with the nice cleanup there on that Blake drive.
And they're going to bring it all the way back here. They will reset the shot clock for Waukee, although they really didn't need to. They got it down so fast. It would have been 32 or 31 seconds on the shot clock with how quickly that shot was coming off.
I feel like we could just turn the clock off with this game.
This is Dion Kinnitz-Jenkins, by the way, in to run the point for Waukee off the bench. Also back in is Cade Littlefield. Waukee will flip it out to Jaden Rogers. Rogers down to Skipper. And they'll swing this one around. A longer possession. Contact and a blocking foul again called on Heimbaugh.
Oh, Heimbaugh had good position there. The referee didn't see it that way. And Dakota obviously frustrated with the call. Rogers going to the line.
And so is Coach Ebling. Trying to get a conversation started. Far side official.
They're probably talking about what they're doing after the game.
First is in. DeWall in for Indianola. Going a little deeper tonight right now is Coach Ebling. Andrew DeWall hasn't seen a ton of time this week, but
yeah, I think you're going to need all those legs out here tonight.
Especially a short turnaround for both. And there was a extra buzzer that went off there unintentionally, but the shot misses. 21-9, 1 of 2 at the line. Indianola, long possession here. Here's Brick out to Dre. Dre finding some passes. Overton takes a 3 and nails it.
Oh, clutch 3 by Jackson there.
Jackson Overton trying to get Indianola back in this game a little bit here at the end of the quarter. 3 on the way to answer, no good. Wilmot the rebound. Waukee 21, Indianola 12 after 1 quarter inside our Indianola Hy-Vee Radio broadcast booth.
Nothing is tougher on your vehicle than winters in Iowa. From road salt to icy roads to potholes and freezing temps, the last thing you want is to be stranded with a broken down vehicle when winter is at its worst. When it comes to servicing your vehicle this winter, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola. Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has a team of qualified service technicians qualified to help you with all your service-related needs to keep your vehicle running throughout the cold months ahead. Stop into Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola and get your vehicle serviced now.
We all know living in Iowa, the winter weather is never consistent. 1 minute warm, the next cold. Are you prepared for the ups and downs this winter? If not, you better take your vehicle to Keller's. Keller's Garage in Indianola can make sure your vehicle is ready for any chaos winter might bring by making sure it's performing at its best. And don't forget about your tires. Keller's Garage can make sure you have the proper tread on your tires to make sure you're not left slipping and sliding when Mother Nature shows up. Make sure you're ready for Iowa winter by simply taking it to Keller's Garage in Indianola.
Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins joining you live inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Waukee 21, Indianola 12. Indianola with the ball. Overton is on the floor with DeWall. Braden Dre has the ball. Here's Wilmot and Bennett Brick, the 5 on the floor for Indianola. Billu back on the floor for Waukee. Here's a kick out. Dre, another 3 on the way. Yes!
And Indianola's going to need that from Braden all night long.
Indianola trying to get it going with our Raise the Roof moment of the game presented by the Indianola YMCA. Back within 6 just a few possessions ago, Rob. Obviously a little bit more of a gap here. Brick will clear the rebound after a miss by Omaha.
Great rebound, great position by Bennett Brick there, fighting Billu for that rebound.
21-15. Indianola's had a couple big runs in them these last couple games. Charlie Wilmot drives to the glass for 2.
Nice give and go there. Braden Dre finding Charlie for the quick bucket.
It was 21-9 at one point, or 21-12, I should say. Now 21-17, a quick 5-0 burst here for Indianola.
Just what Indianola needed to get back in the game.
Here's Randall, tough contested shot. He can't get it to go. Charlie Wilmot, 4 rebounds. Here's Bennett Brick. Brick will drive, foul before the shot, and it's on the floor.
Wow, strong athletic move to the basket there by Brick. He even held, kind of hung up in the air there, gave that chance a shot to go down. So.
Pfeiffer with his first foul, 3 for each team in the half so far. 6:49 remaining in the second. Waukee 21, Indianola 17, but the home team with the basketball. Bullet gets in to Andrew DeWall. Here's Dre. Dre will cross it over to Glasscock back into the game. Casey Glasscock, one of many seniors on this Indianola team that wants to make this 23 campaign so special. Dribble, drive, Overton, back out to Glasscock. Glasscock behind the back, scoop layup, doesn't go. Wilmot fighting for the rebound, and a jump ball called.
Great move there.
Possession arrow goes to Waukee. Nearly a big finish there for Glasscock. 21-17 still our score.
Super athletic move there, just couldn't finish. And Jackson Overton and DeWall giving big minutes to Coach Ebling in this Indian squad right now.
In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. Waukee had a 12-point lead that's been whittled down now to 4 by Indianola. Your home should be comfortable no matter the weather at Heinz Mechanical. Big answer for Pfeiffer. He has got 9 of Waukee's 23 so far. And that's a big answer for Waukee to stymie the Indianola Tide a little bit. Here's Dre in the corner. Glasscock, he'll dribble and a pass out to Overton. Overton flips it to DeWall. DeWall has it near the top of the three-point line. Spin move, and he traveled or fouled. The foul is called.
Yeah, they got him on the arm there.
It was Cooper Randall. Sorry, that was number 33, Littlefield. 5:50 remaining. New shot clock here for Indianola, down by 6. Here's Dre. Dribbles it out to the three-point line after the inbounds pass. Ring around the perimeter here on the pass is Overton. Overton flips it to DeWall. 5:36 remaining here in the second quarter. DeWall, a sophomore, and a sea of seniors for this Indianola team. Out to Dre. Dre crosses over. 15 seconds on the shot clock. And what a nice move for 2.
Wow, athletic move. Curlo crossing over with the hands while midair and able to slice through and get it to fall.
Dre is the first player to double figures for either team, 23-19. 5:12 remaining. Coach Ebling and the Indianola bench trying to get this defense fired up. Pfeiffer drawing the double team. He's in some trouble. He'll find his outlet. Couple of passes, swinging it around now to Costello. Costello contested too. Can't get that shot to go. It's Billu with the rebound. His third offense on the glass. Waukee trying to make him pay. No good on the three-pointer. Dre the rebound. Up ahead. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Wilmot. And he'll bump into Indianola on the foul, says the official.
And that was a tough call there. Charlie following up with the rebound and gets called.
So give Littlefield the rebound. Thought it was 50-50, but official said Littlefield had the position, was his, I guess, official stance there.
Yeah. Fantastic effort by the Indians, getting down the floor and really making the best opportunities come about here.
4:37 remaining until the half. Waukee with the basketball in a 4-point lead. Here's Littlefield on the perimeter. Scoots it to his left, Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer and the Indianola fans wanted to travel there. Nothing called. Here's Omaha Billu. Billu, long two. Billu gets it, and he's got 6 points. 3 rebounds does Omaha Billu. 4:14 remaining here in the second quarter.
Indians settling down and kind of getting into the rhythm of the game.
Dre, step back three. Can't get it to go. Wilmot fights for the rebound. Put back is off the mark. Rebound to Waukee. Wilmot, 5 rebounds, just 2 points, though. A 3 on the way. On the other side, no good. Wilmot, high rebound, his 6th board collected. Halfway through the second quarter. And a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Waukee 25. Indians 19, and on the dribble drive, a foul called. That's the second on Billu, and that may take him out for a little bit, depending on Waukee's thought here. And he does. Owen Skipper is in.
Andrew, Indianola just kind of settling into the game here, and I think we're going to find the rhythm here.
Underneath it's Dre, no look in the corner. Brick for 3, rattles in and out, no. Offensive rebound, here's Heimball, and a jump ball called on the block shot for Littlefield. Indianola will maintain the possession here. 3:37 remaining in the second. Brick will have the play, and Rob, just a few possessions in a row where the ball is just going halfway down and up in a couple of shots.
Yeah, just tough. It's just like there's a lid on there.
Out to Heimball on the inbounds. He's on the perimeter. Glasscock has it near half court. Back to Heimball. Heimball off a screen from Glasscock. Scoots it over to Brick. Brick finding Dre. Dre with 10 points. Looking for more for 3! Yes! Braden Dre gets us back within 1 possession.
That one was shot from almost from Waukee.
25-22. Indianola stop and score from this. Roof coming off, but a huge answer. Vance Pfeiffer into double figures with 12.
He has a smooth shot.
And it's been the Vance Pfeiffer show for Waukee so far. Showing why that they're number 3. A few extra parts beyond the talented Billu. Here's Dre. Dre, backdoor cut for Blake.
That was a pretty play there set up by the ball movement. Dre able to find a cutting Blake to the basket.
28-24. 2:39 remaining in the second. Costello tries the over-the-head pass, and it doesn't matter. It's a turnover. Would have been a steal and a run out for Indianola. I think that Blake almost didn't want that one to be called because he was about to go run that one down and try and get something in transition, but it's a turnover either way.
Yeah, every now and then you just kind of want the play to continue there, so unfortunate circumstances.
Second foul, by the way, on Costello. So Waukee in some foul trouble here with Costello and Omaha, both with 2.
So that's the silver lining there is the 2 fouls on Costello.
28-24, Indianola had a lead early and then a moving screen called on Glasscock. And a costly Indianola turnover the other side.
Yeah, Casey just didn't get his feet set and unfortunately called for that foul.
Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins, and a good one here. Inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Back and forth we go in the second quarter. Waukee's led by as much as 12, but Indianola has closed the gap, and they kept it within 1 to 2 possessions this entire second quarter after a little burst. This is Cooper Randall. Randall steps back from the defense, misses his 3. Long rebound is controlled by Brick, his 3rd board collected. Dre quickly with it. Here's Blake. Blake, dribble drive, spin move, kicks it out to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh shuffles it over to Dre. Dre back to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh on the elbow. A lot of give and go. Blake for three! Yes, Brady Blake knocks it down, and the Indians are back within 1 point.
Big three-pointer by Brady Blake, and the Indians are responding.
Here's a steal for Heimbaugh, and he's fouled. Maybe. Are they going to call the jump ball here?
Looks like they're going to call a foul.
And it's an intentional foul called on Waukee.
And that's the right call there. The player kind of jumped up on him there.
And that's on Pfeiffer, his second.
Yeah, Pfeiffer not happy, but he kind of tackled Dakota there. And
Dakota gets the steal. It's a fourth Waukee turnover. And it's an intentional foul called here. First is in for Heimbaugh. And Indianola has tied this game at 28-all.
And we get the ball back after this next free throw.
Those ones are sometimes harder to make, Rob.
Yeah,
no one
tough.
around you.
Yeah, that's a tough position to be in.
But we're tied. Indianola has climbed from down by as much as 12. It was 21-9 not too long ago. A lot of scoring in between for both teams.
Indianola showing a lot of grit today.
And again, Indianola is doing this without Drew Kingery, their star player. Handoff goes to Dre. Dre, step back, looking for more from three! Yes! Your Raise the Move moment of the game, part 2 for the Indianola YMCA. Braden Dre has it stuck on automatic, 16 points, and here's a steal for Bennett Brick. Brick trying to bring the house down. Here's Blake. Blake, dribble drive, layup, no good. A little out of control on the play. Rebound goes to Rogers. Waukee, though, needs to settle Indianola down 31-28. Warriors number 3 in Class 4A. Indianola number 5 in Class 4A. A showdown. A couple of Waukee Warriors in some foul trouble have opened the door for Indianola to take their first lead since early first quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 40 seconds on the game clock here for Waukee. This is Randall. Randall, dribble drive, contested again, can't get it to go. Rebound is loose on the floor here. And Waukee had it for a second. Now Indianola has it for a second, and they're going to call a jump ball here. So it stays with Waukee on the offensive rebound.
And bodies are all over the floor, just what you expect in this powerhouse matchup.
No tired legs so far on this Saturday, Rob.
Oh, this is going to be fun all the way to the end.
Indianola 31, Waukee 28. Crowd is fired up for both sides here.
Bennett Brick just sacrificing body for love of school here.
Cooper Randall gets the inbound. Waukee is going to try and hold here for a shot. And they're going to do so without Blue or Costello, two of their top guns. Here's Littlefield. Flips it to the left side. Waukee, dribble, drive at the buzzer, and a whistle and a foul call. Dre picks himself up. I think it's called on him.
Tough one there. Great defense there by Indianola. Get the bailout call on Braden.
This is Ivory. Does not see a whole lot of game action here for Waukee.
And if you want to know how loud it is, my Apple Watch just told me the sound levels hit above 90 decibels.
All right.
I got a loud noise warning on my watch.
Yeah, Caden Ivory just made his first point of the season. So,
wow.
That's how much prep I've done here. That's at least what I have on Bound as of before last night. So he very well could have scored last night, but coming into last night had no points. And he's about to put himself in a tough spot here. 2 seconds left. At the buzzer, Indianola. Heimbaugh can't get it to go. But we're having fun. 31-29.
Fantastic first half, Andrew.
Should have more fun in the second half.
Absolutely.
Inside of our Southdown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show after this.
When it gets cold outside, that just means it's time to warm up inside, and what better place to warm up than at Krause Cafe in Indianola. Their warm, welcoming, friendly atmosphere will have you feeling right at home while enjoying some of the best homestyle cooking you've ever had, such as their famous cherry pie, which has won multiple awards and been featured in numerous publications. So when you're looking for that warm, welcoming place to enjoy a great homestyle meal, visit Krause Cafe in Indianola today. Check them out on Facebook for all their monthly meal deals and have yourself one of the best homestyle meals around at Krause Cafe in Indianola.
And we're back inside our Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and working with local businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. It's our halftime score, 31-29, Indians over Waukee, but we'll take a step back to the girls' game with head coach Jeff Jansen following a tough loss, 52-36. Coach, obviously we talked about it last night, some of the keys. You got off to a pretty good start, were able to keep things pretty close. Game was at 17-14 at one point, and then Waukee shooters kind of took over the game from there. They were out shooting your zone defense, hit 5 threes in a row, and got themselves to a 15-0 run to the end of the half. Coach, your thoughts about a great start, but obviously Waukee kind of took things over there in the second quarter.
Yeah, the second quarter is what cost us the game tonight for sure, and for the most part, honestly, again, we were tied after the first quarter. Lost by 6 in the second half, but that second quarter, their ability to shoot, we knew they could shoot well, and we routinely didn't find a girl and contest in that second quarter. So again, credit Waukee for sure and their playmakers, but tough one for us tonight. But again, another opportunity to learn from it, another opportunity to kind of reset here next week.
Well, and again, it was the fact that you had the zone defense. That's what you wanted to run, and early it was working and turning into some offensive possessions. Was it just a matter of Waukee hitting shots? But I would say, Coach, a lot of those turned into open looks as well. It seemed like they were tiring you out just a little bit there with a lot of ball movement, it seemed. Yeah,
what was that? The second quarter here, their two best three-point shooters made 3 of those 5 3-pointers. So we knew we could run zone a little bit at times with those shooters out. 2 got in foul trouble early and was out of the game, and our zone defense helped finish that first quarter, but obviously we should have switched back to man here sooner in the second quarter.
Well, and it feels like, too, and I know you're not going to make this excuse, but there is at times even Naughton, with all the layups she has, those are shots she normally makes, right? A lot of those falling short, a lot of free throws that were hitting the front of the rim. I don't want to make excuses, but obviously you only go 7 deep, and it kind of showed less than 24 hours removed. You had to play that full game against Pella Christian, and Waukee was able to wear you down a little bit.
6 games in 12 days is the hardest stretch in my 5 years as a head coach. So, like you said, Andrew, no excuses. We got to coach better, we got to play better, but our girls deserve a break. They just finished finals week, and they're tired. And again, no excuses out of me, no excuses out of the girls. But I'm eager to get back to work with them on Tuesday with 2 days off and kind of go from there.
And not all is lost. Let's be real about that, too, is you're still at a pretty good point in the season, and there's been some flashes over this week of learning, like you said. And you'll get to see a lot of these ranked teams again second half of the season now that we're going there. What do these 4 days mean coming up in terms of getting yourself prepared mentally, physically, all the above, knowing that you'll have a crack at a lot of these teams again in the second rotation?
Yeah, I'm eager to see what the film shows us. I'm eager to see what changes we can make to be more successful, offensively especially. And I know our girls have been so stressed the last 2 weeks, and I'm eager to see them having more fun. I'm eager to see them enjoying the game of basketball even more than what we have this year. So 6-7 is not where we want to be at, of course, and to have a below 500 record is not great. But it's a pretty tough schedule that we've had these first 13 games, and I'm eager to get back into the conference schedule next Friday and go from there.
Coach Jansen, appreciate your time, and better days ahead, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it.
We'll take a quick timeout in our Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show. More after this.
Let's face it, in Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside, your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
A new year means new projects, and what better place to get all your new project supplies than McCoy True Value in Indianola? Stop in and take advantage of their January bargains of the month, featuring a Stanley Fastmax 35-foot tape measure for just $18.99. Get things packed up from the holidays with their Sterlite 64-quart latching storage box for just $9.99, and do all those indoor projects in comfort with a Comfort Zone Deluxe oil-filled radiator heater for just $49.99. Get those projects started now with McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
Greater Iowa Credit Union's Greater Checking is a free account that pays you each month for doing the things you normally do anyway, like buying coffee or donuts. Plus, they have digital tools that make it a cinch to check your balance, deposit checks, or pay bills from anywhere. And with an interest rate over 80 times the national average, it really pays to have Greater Checking. Just go easy on the donuts.
Learn more at gicu.org/greater checking. Rate comparison in accordance with FDIC National Rates Report.
Inside our Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show, let's take a pause. Our score 31-29 here, Indianola leading Waukee. And let's run down what has been a busy day so far on the Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Dubuque's women beating Simpson 77-73 in a big fourth quarter comeback for Dubuque. It's still overtime, double overtime now. Central women, Kelsey Hurley hits a buzzer-beating three to send it to double OT, tied at 82 there. Norwalk's bowling team knocks off Pella Christian 25-66 to 1966. PCM was first, Knoxville was second at Centerville's Wrestling Invitational, and then earlier today here, Waukee 52, Indians 36. That's a look at your Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Proudly serving Central Iowa since 1918. We're number one in the number two business. Rob, time now to take a look at our second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center, and Indianola cleaned up a lot there in that second quarter. It feels like, Rob, I don't know. You got to stay aggressive. You got to keep attacking. Waukee had some foul trouble. If they can keep some of those star players off the floor for more time in that second half, I feel like Indianola has every shot in the world to not only hang on but win this game.
Yeah, here's the thing is, Ballew's going to come back out. Costello's going to come back out, giving up a lot of size advantage. Brady Blake playing defense on Omaha Ballew. He's giving up 6-7 inches of verticality, but what's going to happen is there's going to be a run at some point in this game, and Indianola is just going to have to withstand that run just like they did in the second quarter and answer. And you know what? Indianola is playing with all the confidence in the world right now, and I think they believe they can win this basketball game. And so if they can withstand the run and just continue to play aggressive and not sit back on their heels, but keep attacking the basket the way they did in that second quarter. That second quarter was magic here at Indianola High School.
Well, and honestly, Rob, there was how many shots from Indianola that didn't go in that if you could add up halves of basketballs, you probably add 5 or 6 points in. I mean, there's been just so much opportunity for the Indianola offense. Waukee defensively has got to find a solution right now because Indianola, obviously with that big quarter, they 19-8. And honestly, Waukee was missing a lot of shots, sure, on their half of the floor, but Indianola had a ton of opportunities that didn't turn into points. Yep. So Waukee's defense has got to figure something out, or Indianola don't want to, pump them up too much. Could kind of start pulling away here. Waukee's got to flip the script here and get themselves back in the game mentally. They're too talented not to, but they're going to need to here. They're in a hostile environment.
Yeah, part of that's keeping your players out on the floor for Waukee. And, Ballew and Costello spent a lot of time on the bench in the first half. And so for them to get that continuity that they're used to, they got to have those two players out on the floor. Pfeiffer started out hot, and then he kind of went more silent in the second quarter. He also had that intentional foul, which I think, kind of derailed him also. So Indianola, they're poised to get this done. But this is still going to be a tough 16 minutes that they have in front of them. Probably the toughest 16 minutes of the season, no doubt.
No doubt indeed. Those are your second half adjustments presented by Details Plus Collision Center. Remember, when you need auto body repair, the difference between one shop and the next are the little details at Details Plus Collision Center in Indianola. Do have an Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Luther ends up pulling away in the second overtime, 94-89 over Central's women. Men's action starting in both games here soon on 94.3 KNIA and 92.1 KRLS. Your Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Radio halftime show. Southtown not only holds the keys to your next vehicle, they want to be a key part of the Indianola community. They do that by giving back to local charities and businesses. Southtown of Indianola working with you and for you. We're live inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Strap yourselves in for what could be a wild second half. Indianola boys 31, Waukee 29. It's the number 5 Indianola boys, number 3 Warriors from Waukee. Possession arrow favors Indianola.
I want to give a quick shout out to Coach Lawning over there at Central. She's coaching over at Simpson, and she's doing a nice job there for the Central women's program.
Trying to turn that program around. It's been a long time. They've had some great success in the history, but since I've been here, obviously a lot of valleys, but some peaks probably coming soon with the new turnaround and new energy in the program, for sure. Indianola has the ball to start this third quarter. The starters on the floor, Heimbaugh, Dre, Glasscock, Blake, and Wilmot. It's Ballou, Costello, Randall, Pfeiffer, and Littlefield for Waukee. Here's Dre, has 16 points in the first half, in case you missed it, presented by Hines Mechanical to lead the way for the Indians. Blake, a long-range three, well short of the mark, and the team rebound goes to Waukee. And you appreciate the aggressiveness, Rob, but those kinds of shots maybe want to think twice about.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the play they had drawn up coming out of the locker room, but now here we are, and let's see how the defense responds.
Costello and Ballou each had 2 fouls, as did Pfeiffer. So some foul trouble in the first half. We'll see if that racks up quickly here for Waukee in the second. Heimball pokes it away from Ballou, nearly gets the steal, but a wide-open three is on the way, and Waukee back on top for Littlefield.
Yeah, nice step-back three by Littlefield there. Good start for Waukee, not what we wanted to see for Indianola.
32-31. Waukee led by as much as 12 in the first half. And now Heimball to answer, yes! Dakota Heimball on the board with his first field goal of the game, 34-32.
Watch out, if he gets going, he can put up 10 points quickly.
Of course, Indianola will not get the same kind of runs they had against Pella and Pella Christian earlier this week, 11-0, 10-0 respectively, as Pfeiffer gets to 14 points, tied at 34. 6 ties or lead changes in the game so far. Dre has it at the volleyball line. Double team, and this overshoots Wilmot. Right idea, wrong execution.
Yeah, just a nice design play, and the ball just slipped out of Dre's hand, kind of fired it high.
That's that adrenaline maybe pumping here a little bit, knowing what's at stake.
I don't blame them for that.
Indianola still undefeated, ranked 5th in Class 4A. Waukee has lost twice to some great competition in those 2 losses, mind you. And now Waukee trying to show why they're number 3. Randall for 2.
Strong move by Randall there to the hoop.
Waukee back on top. Indianola's Dre gets it out to Wilmot. Wilmot 26 points last night against the Eagles of Pella Christian. Here's Wilmot. Wilmot hands it off to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh, Dakota. Spin move at the elbow of the free throw line to Dre. Dre is knocked into.
Yeah, Littlefield grabbed him on the arm there as he went by, trying to slap the ball out.
First foul. Third on, they actually call that on Costello.
Oh, that's big then.
That's his third. Costello, a junior guard, is their second leading scorer at 10 points per game. Also, 4 assists per game is best on the team, so the facilitator out for Waukee. Here's Blake on the wing. Out to Dre. Dre scoops it over to Wilmot. Wilmot a shot fake. Ends up kicking it back out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Heimbaugh dribble drive, short on the layup. Here's Ballou. Ballou in transition, kicks it out to Randall. Back to Ballou. It's tipped around. Loose ball on the floor again. And a saved possession there, and a McCoy True Value timeout for Cooper Randall.
And Glasscock feeling that contact there. This, it's been a very physical game. These guys are going to need some ice bags at the end of this.
Especially 6 games in 12 days before this, too. Everybody a little tired here in this timeout, 36-34. So Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins joining you live here on KNIA 3. You are listening to Indianola basketball, powered by Community First Credit Union on KNIA 3. Already had a couple raise the roof moments of the game presented by the Indianola YMCA.
I like the aggressiveness that the Indians have come out of the locker room with the second half. They are right back to pushing, and they're looking to take control, and they're not letting the game come to them. They're taking their plan to the game, and I think that's what one of the keys to victory is today for them.
5:22 remaining here in the third. It's a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. 36-34 Waukee with the ball. And underneath, Pfeiffer doesn't quite get the dunk to go, but he gets a layup. He got behind the Indianola defense, who were all kind of cheating toward the near side where the inbounds play was.
Yeah, Wilmot was fronting there and just threw the ball over the top.
Here's Blake. Blake out to Wilmot. Wilmot on the perimeter. Back to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh gets it over to Glasscock. Glasscock trying to dribble through a double team. Has it tipped away. Somehow saves it to Heimbaugh. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Dre, can he get more? Yes!
Big three there, big three.
Braden Dre, Indianola back within one. 7 ties her lead changes in the game so far. 4:39 remaining here in the third. Here's Ballou. Ballou in traffic. Nothing called either way and some contact. Shot is short. Dre the rebound up ahead to Glasscock. Glasscock stops on the wing, out to Dre. Dre's had the hot hand from downtown so far for Indianola. Doing a lot of heavy lifting. 19 of the Indians' 37 points have come from their senior. Right side, Wilmot. Wilmot hands it off to Blake. Blake flips it over to Dre. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Dre back at the half-court line trying to set something up. Out to Heimbaugh. Heimbaugh, NBA range, 3! Yes! Dakota Heimbaugh knocks it from way downtown.
I said a couple minutes ago, look out. He can just fire it up, and he's like a wood oven grill.
40-38. Dribble drive from the free throw line. That shot is short, and the rebound is controlled by Heimbaugh. Indianola has a 2-point lead. 3:40 to go here in the third.
Indianola playing very under control. They are just following their script right now.
Coach Ebeling with his hands behind his back. You can tell he's probably nervous on the inside, but very stoic on the outside. Dre, the floater, can't get the runner to go. Loose ball rebound, all sorts of contact, and it's Pfeiffer who ends up with it for Waukee. 40-38, 2-point lead for the hometown Indians. Pfeiffer in the lane, and a 2-pointer.
No call there. Wilmot took the charge. Looked like it should have been an offensive foul, but no call.
I just don't know how you swallow the whistle either way there. That was pretty obvious, and a quick reach-in foul.
Yeah, I agree there. Like I said, I think the theme is here. They're just letting them play basketball here, not really calling a whole lot.
Tied at 40.
I suppose maybe if you're a referee, you don't want to dictate the outcome of this game.
No, but if there's guys colliding with the floor head first, maybe you might want to, one way or the other, call the whistle. I mean,
I don't disagree.
Because at some point it's going to get out of hand physically. Here's Blake. Blake shoots it over to Glasscock. Glasscock on the baseline. Great shuffle pass in for Wilmot for 2.
Sweet drop down pass. Charlie Field came down the lane and got the easy 2 there. Pretty look.
42-40. 2:40 remaining here in the third. Waukee, top of the circle. Kenneth Jenkins. And more contact. Nothing called either way there.
Oh.
Trey gets the rebound.
Yeah, and then kind of a retaliation slap there, and again, no call. So kind of wondering what it's going to take to get a foul here.
Well, and the officials are losing control of the game here a little bit, I think, because it doesn't benefit you to have these kids smacking each other either.
No, it sure doesn't.
I don't care who it's against. I'm just, you got to understand the environment. You don't want anything ticky-tack, sure, but here's Dre, fadeaway 3. That's kind of a heat check there. And Rogers the rebound for Waukee. 10 ties, lead changes now. Indians 42, Warriors 40. Here's Ballou. Ballou, step back 3. Doesn't get it to go. He hit the deck too. And the Waukee fans letting the officials know about it. Here's Blake. Blake loses the ball. Turnover, Indianola and Ballou, and a good foul there by Glasscock.
Yeah, hard to believe they called a foul, though, considering all the ones that haven't been called. And then that one, like you talked about, the ticky-tack, that one gets called. So
that is the first turnover of this half, by the way, for either team, with 1:38 to go here in the third.
Definitely the right idea, though. You could tell Glasscock was like, I'm just going to stop this before it gets down for a dunk.
And that's where that was headed.
Yep.
So Ballou stays in the game. Caden Ivory is in. Hasn't seen a lot of time for Waukee. And there's contact called on Bennett Brick.
And it looked like Pfeiffer just set his arm and shoulder down on Bennett's shoulder, and Bennett gets called for the foul.
Just the second team foul for either team. As we said, the whistles have been far and few in between here. Here's Pfeiffer on the inbound at the free throw line.
Great defense.
And Brick. Indians fans wanting a travel, but Pfeiffer gets 2 more.
Yeah, Bennett had good position there. Not much you can do about that.
20 points for Vance Pfeiffer. Senior at 6'9", showing some good scoring prowess here. Here's Brick. Brick passes up the 3 out to Blake. Here's Overton on the floor for Heimbaugh. Dre with 17 seconds on the shot clock, a minute on the game clock here for Indianola, tied at 42. Here's Glasscock looking for separation. His shot was blocked by Pfeiffer with 2 hands. Rebound is controlled for a second by Waukee. And then a foul called.
Omaha Ballou shoved him in the back there. That's why he got the foul call.
That's his third.
That's going to be his third, yep.
It's an offensive foul, a turnover.
Yeah, that was a solid call. And that would have been tough if they hadn't called that, because it was pretty obvious it was a 2-hand shove in the back.
Indianola Municipal Utilities instant radio update. Colonesco 15, Melcher Dallas Boys 11 after 1 quarter. Under 50 seconds to play, 33 on the shot clock here, tied at 42. This quarter's flown by. Brady Blake trying to fly by with a 3. Can't get it to go. Pfeiffer leaps high to control the rebound for Waukee, who can, maybe they probably won't be, but they can be patient, and they are going to be. They'll let this one tick down to 4-second shot clock differential. Here's Pfeiffer. And of course, Pfeiffer says, I'm not going to hold. I'll just take the shot. And now Indianola with a chance to take the lead. Rebound goes to Glasscock. Indianola now will hold it with the shot clock off. 12 seconds here. Braden Dre has it at the half-court line. Play starts here. 2 screens set up at the top. Dre loses the dribble. He's got 3 seconds to shoot and a lot of hands, and he'll get the layup to go anyway. Looked like he kind of threw it back up to himself before he got the layup to go. And Indianola keeps it at a 2-point game heading into the 4th quarter, 44-42. Andrew Schneider and Rob Hopkins inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. A 30-second break on KNIA.
We've all been there. Winters in Iowa, nothing in the fridge, a hungry family at home, and snow slowly piling up. Don't go out this winter if you don't have to. And with Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola, you don't have to go anywhere. The Godfather's Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m. Friday through Sunday. So let the snow fall and the family eat when you enjoy that great Godfather's taste you know and love at Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola. Call 515-961-6730 and make that delivery order now.
Check out these deals from the Indianola Hy-Vee. DiGiorno Rising Crust, $6.49. Fresh deals with Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrap Beef Sirloin Filet, 2 for $7. Nabisco Snack Crackers, Toasted Chips or Chips Ahoy, $2.99. And pasta or rice, 4 for $4. Get these and other great deals at the Indianola Hy-Vee.
44-42 inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Andrew Schneider alongside Rob Hawkins. Captain, we're getting heated up here in this gym. A fun game of basketball so far, and I don't have any dogs in this race. I'm just enjoying myself, but I can't imagine the franticness Indianola fans are feeling right now with a narrow lead.
8 minutes, let's go.
Hey, this is why you want to play basketball at the highest level. And Indianola proving a lot of people wrong. Ballou and a foul and 1. Omaha Ballou gets on the board.
Yeah, power move there by Ballou. Charlie slid in underneath him, but he wasn't set there, so that's going to get called every time.
And Indianola can find themselves back behind Waukee here with just 1 play, 11 seconds in.
Ballou 74% from the free throw line this season.
His future team, by the way, as you showed in a Indianola Municipal Utilities Instant Radio Update, tied in the fog in Kansas. ISU in Kansas at 44 all. Waukee does take that lead. It's the 13th tie or lead change we've had in the game. Ballou with 9 points here. Here's Glasscock. Glasscock will hand it off to Dre. Dre off the screen from Brick. Back out to Glasscock. 7:30 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Glasscock's layup is good. A dribble drive for Casey Glasscock. His first bucket of the game. Couldn't come at a better time.
Yeah, strong move. Classic Casey Glasscock move right down the lane for the layup.
46-45. Thank you for joining us on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel and on KNIA KRLS, the official audio provider of 3 Little Hawkeye Conference schools. Dribble drive. Shot is recycled by Glasscock, and it's out of bounds off of Waukee.
Big time defensive play there. Charlie Wilmot standing up Pfeiffer.
46-45, 6:57 and counting here in the fourth. Dre over the timeline with a 1-point lead and the basketball. This is Overton. Overton had a big 3 earlier. Backdoor cut to Braden Dre for 2.
Oh, spectacular play. Nice backdoor cut. Dre to the basket.
The dime and the dish. Indianola, a 3-point lead. Here's Cooper Randall out to Omaha Ballou. Ballou wanted to take this game over, and a blocking foul called on Wilmot. The officials have really been reluctant. It has to be the perfect position, Rob, for a charge to be called here.
Yeah, that can't fault Charlie there. He's playing as hard as he can.
And he's trying to get that big turnover and that 4th foul, but instead he gets his 4th.
Yeah, so
that's a big loss for Indianola, and Coach Ebling trying to get an explanation here. He won't like it, but either way, Ballou trying to back in on Blake, and he gets the 2. 11 points now in double figures as Ballou trying to take this game over for Waukee, back within 1. Here's Dre.
Yeah, you kind of feel him trying to kind of push the issue now on the offensive end.
Especially now with Wilmot, the rim protector, out for Indianola. Out to Overton, 3 on the way! Yes, Jackson Overton knocks it down. He has 2 3-pointers in the game. 4-point lead, a 2-possession lead for the home team.
Big senior moment right there, Jackson Overton.
And Ballou is fouled, count it, on the 3-point shot.
Wow, Blake can't believe it, shaking his head.
He's not really arguing, though. I mean, so Ballou will have a chance for a rare 4-point play. A couple of Indianola fans not particularly happy with the call, Rob.
Yeah.
Can't say either way that I saw it, but they don't usually call them on 3-pointers like that. That's a 4-point play, and Waukee has tied it. So I said a 2-possession game. I was wrong. It was a 1-possession game with Ballou draining the 3, and Coach Ebling's going to take a 30-second McCoy True Value timeout to get himself sorted here.
Yeah, this is a good timeout by Coach Ebling. We got, just under 6 minutes to go, and we're right in this thing. This is going to be, I think this is going to be a fight to the finish here, and it's definitely been a fun game, but Wilmot's in foul trouble, so they definitely have to kind of figure out how they're going to push this going forward.
Well, in Omaha Ballou, 6 points in the first 3 quarters. He's got 9 here in the fourth quarter. So just like that, he's taken the game over, and that's what you want from your 5-star stud, right? The guy who came back to play for you. He knows the game of basketball. He's going to be playing it at a high level for a long time after his days here in Waukee are over, and he's taking this game over. Indianola's been able to hold it off for now, but they've got to find a way to contain number 0.
2 things. That's what Waukee wants to see, and quite honestly, Indianola fans came to see him play like this.
You want to see the best at their best. And Indianola, without their best, arguably, has weathered the storm so far. And there's Dre, and he's fouled, the 4th on Ballou.
Yeah, a little mismatch there. Ballou caught out on top on Dre. Probably not the matchup Waukee wanted, but very advantageous for Indianola with Ballou
he's telling
picking
the
up.
coaching staff he wants to stay in. I don't think he's going to get his wish, or maybe he will. So Pfeiffer is in, Ballou is out. Ballou, and he's a smart kid. He knows that he's got the 4 fouls, but at this point, there's still 5:34 left. You might as well try to your best, Rob, to keep it close, right? And then bring him in at the end.
Yeah, fortunately, the coaching staff making decisions not with their heart.
Yeah. Here's Blake. Blake in traffic for a layup.
Oh.
Indianola back on top. Brady Blake for 2.
Power move by Brady there, cutting through the lane.
Indianola 53, Waukee 51. Indianola is searching for the signature win of their season so far. They've been the Cardiac Kids. as Overton nearly gets a steal. He tips it out of bounds in front of the Waukee bench. Ever since Drew Kingery went out, Indianola has been able to take every challenger so far, DCG, Johnston, Pella, and Pella Christian, but Waukee another level. Can they pull it off again is the question. Waukee trying to get themselves back under control, number 3 in Class 4A. That was Rogers with the ball. Here's Costello. He's got 3 fouls, leading it into Pfeiffer. Good in-and-out move for Waukee. Three-pointer hits off the top of the backboard.
Big break for the Indians there. Ball going over the backboard. Chance to kind of come down, get your shot, and maybe extend this lead.
53-51. Andrew Schneider and Rob Hawkins joining you live here on KNIA. Got ourselves an excellent high school basketball game against 2 of the best in the state. Maybe seeing a state tournament preview here in January. Braden Dre for 3. Has the hot hand, couldn't get that one to fall. Rogers the rebound for Waukee.
This place would have erupted had that went down.
And life still here clearly for Waukee. A lot of time left here between the 2 teams. 4:29 remaining in a Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine game reset. Whether it's a sudden injury, chronic issue, or nagging pain you want to walk in or be seen for, trust DSMCapitalOrtho.com. Pfeiffer shot, and we're tied. 17 ties or lead changes in the game. Pfeiffer with 22.
Brick and Pfeiffer just battling down there. Classic.
53 all, under 4 to play. Indianola trying to maintain a perfect season so far. Dre will flip it over to Overton. Overton flips it to Blake at the top of the circle. Blake in the corner. Glasscock off the screen for 3. It rattles in and out, no good. And Pfeiffer gets his 5th rebound with 22 points to show for it. And we're going to get a McCoy True Value timeout for Waukee. That's their 2nd taken. And it's a full timeout. Rob, we're going to take a break to catch our breath. Tied at 53 all on KNIA 3.
Authorization, enrollment, and activation activities are required. Receive all services. Contact institution for details. That's the sound of getting big interest on your Kasasa checking balance.
Yes!
ATM withdrawal fees, refunded nationwide, and it's easy to earn rewards.
So easy!
No monthly maintenance fee. So not only are you earning cash, you're saving on fees the other guys charge.
I've had so much coffee!
Take back banking and get paid to do it with Kasasa Cash.
Kasasa available at People's Bank in Knoxville, Pleasantville, Milo, Lacona, Seymour, Indianola, and Carlisle. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Carrie Blake with Fellows & Blake Financial. We help individuals, families, and businesses, both big and small, in 3 specific areas. The first is tax saving strategies. One of the best rates of return is saving on taxes. We also build comprehensive financial plans using our patented financial planning software. This allows our clients to live their best lives today while planning and preparing for the future. The final piece is estate preparation and estate protection. If you need some financial guidance or would like a second look at your plan, reach out to Brooke Martin and myself.
Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. 53 all. Waukee has the ball. In case you missed it, presented by Heinz Mechanical. 17 times has the lead changed or has the game been tied. We're at the 17th moment right now, Rob. Waukee will have the ball underneath their own hoop, and a lot of game left to be played with 3:30 remaining.
Wondering when Ballou's going to come back in the game for the stretch run.
He has 4 fouls. And then an offensive foul as Pfeiffer extended the arm on Overton.
Yeah, that was a good call by the referee right on top of that. That was a total push off there. So big break for Indianola. And again, wondering when Ballou's going to make his re-entry here with 3 minutes to go, a little over.
That is just the 6th turnover for Waukee. By my count, maybe I'm losing count. I only have Indianola with 5. So it's been a very well-played game by both these teams. And you can see why there's the potential for this to be a state tournament game coming up in March. Hopefully Andrew Swatter and Rick Wilson will get that treat coming up at the end of the season. But for now, we still got this good one in front of us, tied at 53. Here's Bennett Brick. Brick for the lead. No. And Rob, I think Indianola almost getting a little too happy with the 3-point shot here in the 4th quarter.
Well, live and die by the sword right now.
And it's gotten them to this point. I don't disagree, but there's been some really good dribble drives, but I guess Wilmot not in. Pfeiffer trying to live and die by the same sword, and he can't get it to go.
Well, and you just made a great point. Wilmot's not in the game, and that really limits, but it looks like he's going to check in here shortly.
Ballou is as well, so the inside presence returning for both teams here. Although Ballou does play more like a guard more often than not. Here's Blake. Blake, there's the dribble drive. The layup for 2. Counted and 1.
Oh, wow. Spectacular move. Brady switching hands in midair and finishing and 1.
What did I say? You got to get it in the paint, Rob, because I think then that forces the hands. There's pressure on both teams right now. I'd say the same thing for Waukee. When they were having success in that third quarter and second quarter, there was a lot of inside-out game. If you get that lane collapsed on, the threes become easier or you draw the foul.
Yeah, Brady Blake keeps doing that. Charlie down there, that's going to soften that up, and, Braden's still hanging out there for a triple.
Well, Blake will miss the rebound, the free throw. Ballou with the rebound. But it is Indianola back on top. 2:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Still so much that could happen here between now and the final horn. Here's Ballou crossing over on Blake. He'll draw the double team, spins in the lane, and he'll draw a contact.
Yeah, that's a tough move right there. Ballou hanging in the air. Blake just kind of draped on him there. Blake is just playing his guts out on defense right now.
Just a second on Brady Blake. So he's done a really nice job considering. I'm not sure if Ballou was his first assignment, but because of Wilmot and some of the shuffling of the deck, he's kind of had to take that on here in the second half.
Yeah, he's spent a good part of the game on Ballou.
Ooh. Well, and that's a big miss there for Ballou, assuming he can make the second, because it keeps Indianola in front, barring an offensive rebound. 2:10 remaining here in the fourth. Ballou will make the second. 16 points, 10 of which have all come here in the fourth quarter. And Indianola trying to beat some pressure here. Here's Dre, and he's knocked into by Littlefield. And we are to free throw time. Both teams are in the single bonus.
Yeah, Waukee throwing out a little 1-3-1 there, trying to just get a little trap. And Littlefield with the foul.
Braden Dre at the line is an 82% foul shooter. He's among the best in all of the state. And they'll rattle the first one in. No broadcasters jinx here.
Good, that's good. Derek Cardwell doesn't believe in the broadcasters jinx.
Well, Derek Cardwell has been at this longer than I have, so I guess he's right. Knoxville legend, Derek Cardwell. I think that's in my contract to have to say that. 25 points for Braden Dre. It's a 3-point Indianola lead. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth. I imagine we're going to get some people standing up soon in front of us here.
We might have to stand up too.
That's okay. Here's Ballou. Ballou crosses over. It's off his foot. Here comes Wilmot. Wilmot up ahead. Misses the layup. The putback is in for Glasscock. Casey Glasscock in transition behind the steal from Charlie Wilmot. A costly Waukee turnover, and it's a 2-possession lead for Indianola. Ballou has it at the volleyball line. Recognizing they've got to move quickly, it's a fadeaway three and a good one at it. There's Costello. That's his first bucket, and it couldn't come at a better time.
Wow.
Big answer for Waukee.
Yeah, Costello off balance. Really didn't have time to square that up, and he drills a huge three and keeps Waukee right in it. Indianola with the 2-point lead, and it's we're at gut check time here, Andrew.
Minute 30 remaining here in this ball game.
This game has lived up to its billing. All the hype, all the electricity, totally warranted today. This has been a fun one to call with you.
Agreed. Boy, Indianola's made it nothing but fun these last week and a half. I'm sure that I talked to Coach Eveling last night. I think at some point he wants like a 5-point game or higher in the fourth quarter because it's been so close these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to dribble one out to finish, but
I'm not sure he's going to get that luxury here today.
I don't feel like that's going to happen today. And these fans, whatever they paid to get in, it was totally worth it. This game has had every conceivable scenario and situation and runs, and both teams answering the bell. Your star players have come out. Brady Blake showing up, playing the defense of his life against one of the top-rated recruits in the country. Can't ask for anything more.
59-57, Indianola has a 2-point lead and the ball. Minute 20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Call this maybe an upset alert, maybe not fair to Indianola, who's undefeated. But obviously without their star, Drew Kingery, Braden Dre, the other star of the dynamic duo, has come to play. Glasscock out to Blake. Blake, here's Dre. Dre in the corner. Overton passes up the three. They're looking for Wilmot. It's a turnover. Steal for Ballou. Just the second Indianola turnover. Maybe one too many extra passes there for Indianola. They're going to need a stop here. And Waukee can tie or take the lead. Ballou is going to try and get him in the lane, and he'll tie. Indianola fans wanted to travel. There was a little bit of a stoppage there, and we're tied at 59. Indianola with 7 seconds between the shot clock and game clock here. Coach Ebling may want to take a timeout here. Glasscock, and he does.
Yeah, that's
He's reading his mind there.
Smart timeout there. Smart timeout. Time to reset here.
A McCoy True Value timeout, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, critical. They need to set up a play. It's imperative they get a basket here, or at least get to the line in some form or fashion. Now with the 20. What's on the clock there?
There's about 6 seconds difference. So
yeah.
There's 27 seconds game time and 21 on the shot clock.
So, if you don't get points here, this might be your last possession in regulation. So you got to make this one count and make Waukee earn it.
Well, so far the effectiveness has been the dribble drive for Brady Blake or Casey Glasscock. Maybe see those two from the outside. Dre has had a couple of nice cuts on top of all the three-pointers he's made. You have a lot of options here, but what we saw was Waukee kind of extending their defense again, looking a different look than what they've had for most of the game.
Yeah, so now you just got to use that quickness, especially Indianola, all those players out there, Blake, Glasscock, Dre, they all have quickness, so that first step here is going to be crucial to maybe getting a quick, easy basket.
Overton will start the possession here. Here's Dre at the half-court line. So again, 7 seconds differential. We'll have a double team here at the top trying to get Dre. And we're going to take another timeout here. And why not? You're not going anywhere with them if you're going to win the game.
Yep, 13 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's a McCoy True Value timeout, and I think there's one left now for Coach Ebling, two for Waukee.
Yeah, Coach Ebling there's kind of taking a look and see what they were going to do. And you've got them, you might as well use them. I don't know what's being talked about down there, but I'm sure they've got a plan A, a plan B, and then a plan C.
And Waukee the same, right?
Right, absolutely. And for Waukee, they have to be thinking about, okay, if we get a rebound or a steal, what are the options? What are we going to do here? And in the event of a made basket, are we going to run a set play, or is it what kind of situation are they going to have? So lots to talk about down there, because you don't know what you're going to have when that ball goes up the floor for those last 7 seconds.
59 all. Obviously, Waukee could still foul Indianola. They could still get a steal. There's a lot in play, but obviously Indianola's ideal scenario is they get a shot off as the shot clock is expiring.
Yep.
And there's 13 seconds on the shot clock. Dre will get it at half court. Ballou is out guarding him off a screen from Overton. They'll shuffle it over to Glasscock. 7 seconds on the clock. As shot is blocked, Wilmot can't get it to go. Ballou with 9 seconds remaining, and a timeout Waukee. I don't think that's what Indianola wanted there. It's a turnover. No shot ever really got off there, Rob, and now Waukee could win it with 9 seconds left. They're going to have it about 3/4 of the way up the court.
Yeah, Glasscock going to the hoop there, and the ball was jarred loose, and so unfortunately he didn't get a shot off. And now the roles have changed, other than we don't have a shot clock now, so Waukee truly has the last shot here, depending on how it goes, and they've got some different options. I find it hard to believe that they're not going to go into Ballou and let their star win the basketball game for them.
So 9 seconds remaining. Inside our Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth, this is a McCoy True Value timeout. Indianola, Waukee tied at 59. Indianola's had back-to-back turnovers here with a 2-point lead, Rob, and now with a tie game. And it's those little things that count so much here in these games, and now they need a stop to force overtime.
Yep, and they got to avoid the fouls here if they can. They do have one to give.
That'd be 1-1 actually, because they'll go to 7.
Oh, yep, you're right. So
you can't foul either.
Yeah, so you're hamstrung here. You just got to play good D and get a great stop.
8 seconds for Waukee. Here's Costello at the half-court line. 5 seconds remaining. 4, contested 3 at the buzzer, and it's in. There's 1 second left, actually, 1.4 seconds left. And it's a full timeout. Waukee buries it. Cooper Randall. He just came wide open, Rob. He was just open the whole time waiting for it and made a really excellent shot.
Yeah, I mean, that just clutch. That's all you can say. I mean, that was just a gutsy shot. And I think they drew it up that way. There was so much attention on Omaha Blue and Costello, and they just drilled that three. And, I mean, what can you say? I mean, just a good shot.
62-59, and now a desperation three is the only way Indianola is keeping this game alive.
Yep. So, obviously you've got a couple guys that can hit a big three. Braden has really good range, but you don't have much time to get the ball to them, and it's all about position. Honestly, to be realistic, I mean, you want to at least maybe catch that ball somewhere inside the half-court line to have a realistic shot to put one in the hole.
And you got to find Dre probably or Heimbaugh. I mean, that's at that point you're talking.
Yep. Charlie hasn't shot a three-pointer all year, so he's not your guy. And Waukee knows that too, so which is going to further complicate that.
And you have no timeout. So Heimbaugh will inbound it here, and whoever gets it has to hope their prayer is answered. And we're going to get a Waukee McCory Trevally timeout. We'll take it with them here. 30-second break, 62-59. Waukee leads with a second and a half left.
Check out these deals from the Indianola Hy-Vee. DiGiorno Rising Crust, $6.49. Fresh deals with Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Bacon Wrap Beef Sirloin Filet, 2 for $7. Nabisco Snack Crackers, Toasted Chips or Chips Ahoy, $2.99. And pasta or rice, 4 for $4. Get these and other great deals at the Indianola Hy-Vee.
When your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Our experienced technicians...
Sorry, Heinz Mechanical. They came back early from the timeout. We're going to get you reset there. Inbounds goes to Blake with a second left. Half-court shot, short. And Waukee will walk away and steal the victory at the end. Final score, Waukee 62, Indianola 59, and the Indians' perfect season is over. But a lot to be proud of here for the home team tonight as they battle without their star and nearly knocked off number 3 in Class 4A. We're going to step aside for our Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show after this.
can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you. Whether your commercial heating and cooling system isn't performing well, you need a solution as soon as possible. When that happens, Heinz Mechanical is ready to get your system back in working order. Our experienced technicians can take on any obstacle your business comfort system throws at you, whether it's time for an emergency repair, a regular tune-up, or a new system installation. Schedule your appointment by calling Steve at Heinz Mechanical, 515-337-2074. Heinz Mechanical, we fix it right the first time, specializing on commercial properties.
Houston's on Main in Milo is home to Milo's best wood oven pizza. But it's not just pizza. From Spaghetti Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, to Ribs on Fridays, as well as a full kids menu, adult beverages of every kind, Houston's on Main is a place to eat for everyone. Stop in and enjoy live music or have some fun with karaoke. There's something for everyone at Houston's on Main in Milo.
Thank you again for keeping us strong and growing from our family here at Houston's, the home of Milo's best wood oven pizza.
Authorization, enrollment, and activation activities are required. Receive all services. Contact institution for details. That's the sound of getting big interest on your Kasasa checking balance.
Yes!
ATM withdrawal fees, refunded nationwide, and it's easy to earn rewards.
So easy!
No monthly maintenance fee, so not only are you earning cash, you're saving on fees the other guys charge.
I've had so much coffee!
Take back banking and get paid to do it with Kasasa Cash.
Kasasa, available at People's Bank in Knoxville, Pleasantville, Milo, Lacona, Seymour, Indianola, and Carlisle. Member FDIC. Let's face it, in Iowa, when it comes to winter weather, you never know what you're going to get. Wouldn't it be nice to know that whatever's happening outside, your furnace is prepared to handle it? With quality plumbing, heating, and air conditioning by your side, you'll have the confidence to know you'll have that quality warmth inside all winter long. So when it comes to staying warm this winter, call Joe at Quality Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, your local Rheem dealer in Indianola.
Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show where you deserve greater. Andrew Schneider, Rob Hawkins joining you after a heartbreaking loss and the end of a perfect season. Not the end of the season, but the end of a perfect season for Indianola against number 3 and 4A Waukee. And, you know, Rob, just kind of taking a second here to digest everything. Indianola had the lead by two turnovers at the end of the game. They had the ball when they wanted to, Rob. They just did not take care of the basketball when it mattered the most. Credit Waukee. They went down and hit both shots. Ballou had a two-pointer to tie it at 59 all. Indianola had the ball with about 30 or 42 seconds left. There was 35 on the shot clock. And then, again, just a little out of control. We could talk about the moral victories and all the above in a second about why this is actually probably really good news for Indianola. They didn't get run out of the gym here against one of the state contenders, but clearly it still hurts because you had them, right? You had them right there where you wanted them with about a minute and a half left, and Waukee was the one who made the plays at the end.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be kind of the overarching message is you had them. You had them right where you wanted to. And, we had a chance to win the game. We had a couple different opportunities, and it just didn't get done. And the part about it is that you just said is probably going to be a good thing is tonight it's going to sting. Tomorrow it's probably still going to sting, probably until the next time they put on their jerseys and come out here and erase that. But what it's going to do is pay some huge dividends as we go down. And, this team found out a lot about itself, its identity, its ability to handle adversity. I mean, this game started out, Pfeiffer, scoring the first 9 points or so by himself. And really, they were down early and they clawed back. They were down 21-12, and then they fought back and, really were in charge for most of the basketball game until the end where they had a couple of the costly turnovers that allowed, Waukee to hit, honestly, a couple of big threes because Costello hit that off-balance three.
Yep.
And
then there was the 4-point play that happened.
Yep,
there was just these little tiny things that add up against a team like Waukee. You can probably pull that off against Pella Christian. You could probably survive some of those blows against Pella. Waukee has the best player in the state, and they're a team that's won a title 2 years ago. All these guys know what it takes to win it all. So, not to cut you off, that's kind of the thing here for Indianola. That's the learning opportunity is you've won all these close games. You're battle-tested, and you will be battle-tested when postseason time comes around. But you're right. It was just these little margins of error that you can't have against a team like Waukee. And the Warriors, more often than not, are going to beat you if those little things and little mistakes happen.
Yeah, and you know what, though? I came away so impressed with the grit and the determination of this Indianola squad.
Absolutely.
While everybody, it's quiet walking out of the gym, I think everybody was treated to a fantastic game. And this is a game that these athletes are going to remember and, nothing to hang our heads about.
A fun atmosphere for sure. We're going to take a quick break here in our Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. Coach Ebling joining us right after this.
A new year means new projects, and what better place to get all your new project supplies than McCoy True Value in Indianola. Stop in and take advantage of their January Bargains of the Month featuring a Stanley Fastmax 35-foot tape measure for just $18.99. Get things packed up from the holidays with their Sterlite 64-quart latching storage box for just $9.99, and do all those indoor projects in comfort with a Comfort Zone Deluxe oil-filled radiator heater for just $49.99. Get those projects started now with McCoy True Value in Indianola. McCoy True Value, service with heart.
When shopping around for your internet provider, convenience is key. IMU Fiber's local and community-focused customer care reduces wait time for support, improves response time for service issues, brings hometown values to broadband services. IMU Fiber delivers a better broadband experience to Indianola homes and businesses. Utilizing a future-proof fiber network platform, they provide unmatched reliability so their customers will experience fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. Did I mention no contracts, no data caps, and no fine print? Just great service from people you know. IMU Fiber in Indianola.
Back inside our Greater Iowa Credit Union Radio postgame show. You deserve greater, and we had an excellent basketball game to end our doubleheader today. Waukee ends up walking away with it in a top 5 showdown, 62-59 over Indianola, here with head coach Jeff Ebling of the Indians. And, Coach, what a game. 20 lead changes is what I had, or ties at some point. Your guys really controlled a lot of the game from about late first quarter until late fourth quarter, but Waukee made the little plays matter the most when they counted at the end, and they walk away with the win. But, Coach, I imagine the heartbreak of a loss, your first loss of the season, but boy, oh boy, what a game and what a showing for your guys who, again, have been nothing but battle-tested warriors here these last couple weeks.
Oh, absolutely. These boys, they have nothing to hang their head about. I mean, we competed, as hard as we could. There's a few things that we, in the grand scheme of things, you always look, hindsight's 20/20. There's always a few things we wish we could get back, maybe a drop pass there, or, just an error here and there. But, that's the game. And I got to give Cooper Randall credit. That's a heck of a 3 that he hit in that situation. We had our chances. We just didn't complete down the stretch. But, we're going to learn from this. We're going to grow. And like I tell the boys, we're 11-1. We went toe-to-toe with one of the big boys just now. And, if we see them later down the road, we know that in our minds that, hey, we can obviously compete with anyone in the state, and we're going to learn from this and get better for next Friday.
Well, and blink if you miss it in the first quarter, all of a sudden you were down by about 10 points, and then, Waukee had come out firing out of the gates. What was kind of the settle-down moment there for your guys, and what allowed them to claw back so quickly and impressively to the point where they ended up taking the lead at the end of the half? It was kind of similar to what you did maybe a little bit earlier than some of your early runs that you've had here, but obviously your guys were not fazed by getting down so big so early.
Well, I mean, I guess if we do that all the time, we get used to it a little bit, I guess. Yeah. But, it's just – I thought we rebounded extremely well. When we started really being physical back and really blocking out, I think they only had like 3 offense rebounds that first half, and this is a team that comes in averaging about 12 offense rebounds a game. So, I thought we did a great job there. I thought we actually did a good job on that offense glass all night. Charlie, last couple nights there, he's had some physical games, and all these guys, Brady, hit the floor a couple times there, here and there, and Braden and Dak and all of them. So, it was just matching their physicality. And then we saw a couple shots go in from deep. Last night we did not shoot the ball very well, so when we kind of got a couple shots to fall early there, the confidence goes up, and then you start inching back, and you look up, and all of a sudden you went from, down 10 to all of a sudden we're down 2, and then we're passing them, at halftime. So it was a good all-around effort. We came up on the short end, but like I said, we'll watch the film. These guys will actually get a couple days off completely. They need to after 6 games here in 12 days, and we'll come back on Tuesday, and we'll get ready for, what we know is going to be a tough game over in Newton.
Maybe the word's bittersweet I'm thinking of. You had them where you wanted them, right, Coach? You're up by 2 with a minute and a half, have the ball, turn it over. Then they go down, get it 2. You have the ball back with 47 seconds left to tie game, and ultimately a turnover, whatever you want to call it, block shot, but obviously not the possession that you wanted to have to take that lead late. But that's the learning piece, right? That's the bittersweet part. The heartbreaking part is you had this game potentially won. Then the other side is, hey, you were there, right? Yep. Against a team that very well could win a state they won a state championship 2 years ago. So as you enter this break, obviously you wish you were 12-0, but on the flip side, Coach, you gave the best team, one of the best teams in the state certainly, a run for their money without one of your best guys, and I imagine that's got to be the confidence boost. Is once you're healthy in the second half, I imagine you're thinking, watch out, what can we do then?
Exactly, and, after this past week, we got some other guys, a little banged up here and there, and this week is coming at a perfect time for us right now because we've been at home a little while now. I think it's been 4 straight games at home, I think.
Yeah, all of them have been at home pretty much, and then you were at DCG with that previous Friday, right? And that really tight window of close games.
And then, now we're going to have to be road warriors. After going to Newton, we got at Clear Creek and Manna, got Oskaloosa on the road, Norwalk, who, is going to obviously be a tough test as well, just like the other 3. So.
Both Pella teams later in the season, too.
And both Pella teams.
On the road, all these road games.
So, we're going to have our work cut out for us, but, this is a challenge. These guys, kind of like taking these challenges on a little bit. And, but most importantly right now, they need to make sure they keep their heads up, the boys. They did everything they possibly could. It wasn't like it was a lack of effort or anything like that. Everyone contributed tonight, and, it's just the fact that we just came up a little bit short. But, like I said, we'll learn from it, and, we got to – 6 days here before we play again, so rest will be important, and then we'll get back to it.
Well, and on that last note, you talk about keeping the head held up high. Obviously, you have a long end goal. You're focused on the present, but today proved you're right there, right, in terms of being potentially one of those top 8 teams that can go to the well and maybe more. And I imagine for you, that's probably now that little carrot that's dangling out there for you to get to postseason. You don't want to overlook anybody, certainly, Coach, but that's the excitement. Today, Johnston, even DCG to an extent, proved we belong probably, right, Coach?
Oh, absolutely. And, it's one thing to, say it to the boys, and then when you see a team like Waukee on your schedule, and then you go out there and you really play the game that we kind of played tonight, that just solidifies that, we weren't blowing smoke there. We were telling you the truth. We do belong in the conversation. It doesn't mean it's always going to be easy. We're going to get everyone's best shot every single night, especially in the little Hawkeye and the other non-conference teams we have, going forward. But, we're just going to take it game by game here, continue to improve. And, like I said, health is also important right now. And once we get back to full strength, we're going to be a tough team to beat come late February.
Well, so for my first week of play-by-play, back from my extended break and work trip, coming over to Indianola kind of gave me a lot of fun to have here. And I know, Coach, you're looking forward to maybe some wider margins in the fourth quarter at some point, right?
Well, I know my wife is kind of getting tired of these close games. I think she's
you're not checking with your cardiologist at some point.
Stressed out more than I am, I think, in the stands sometimes. So it just it is the way it is, and basketball is a fun game, and when they're close games, those are experiences that the boys are just gonna take and remember long after they're done here with their careers. And like I said, we're a big family here, and we're just gonna win together, lose together. We're gonna keep our our attitudes positive, and we're just gonna move forward.
Well, I'm sure you'll be excited to see Andrew Swadner back in this chair. I had a lot of fun this week, but he's the main man, and hopefully he gets a special run as a part of that family.
Well,
appreciate your time.
I appreciate you covering for him, and hey, I guess we'll see you maybe in Pella, I guess.
I was about to say, I think you will see me in maybe. I don't know where I'm at that night, but either way, all the best to you down the road. Looking forward to it, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll wrap up our Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show after this.
Nothing is tougher on your vehicle than winters in Iowa. From road salt to icy roads to potholes and freezing temps, the last thing you want is to be stranded with a broken down vehicle when winter is at its worst. When it comes to servicing your vehicle this winter, think Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Indianola. Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram has a team of qualified service technicians qualified to help you with all your service-related needs to keep your vehicle running throughout the cold months ahead. Stop into Southtown Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of Indianola and get your vehicle serviced now.
We've all been there. Winters in Iowa, nothing in the fridge, a hungry family at home, and snow slowly piling up. Don't go out this winter if you don't have to. And with Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola, you don't have to go anywhere. The Godfather's Pizza Express at 1201 North Jefferson Way offers delivery from 4 to 9 p.m. Friday through Sunday. So let the snow fall and the family eat when you enjoy that great Godfather's taste you know and love at Godfather's Pizza Express in Indianola. Call 515-961-6730 and make that delivery order now.
And this will wrap up our Greater Iowa Credit Union radio postgame show. Greater Iowa Credit Union, you deserve greater. Let's go ahead and take a look at the road ahead presented by Downey Tire Pros. We'll also talk about our DeArmond Ford Radio key play and player in a second. But the road ahead, Rob, is a well-deserved break for both Indianola teams. 6 games in 12 days, and you talk about the schedule. Indianola's girls, 5 of those teams were in the rankings in 3A through 5A. Obviously, Indianola playing a bunch of ranked teams in 4A and 3A and 2A, or potentially ranked teams in the case of Pella Christian in the Little Hawkeye Conference. Obviously, different paths of where the season has taken us so far to this halfway point, and I know that you and Rick and Andrew are going to have a lot of fun these last 8 to 9 games, but again, I think the heartbreak, I kind of talked to, it's the heartbreak of you had them where you wanted them in terms of the Indianola boys. You lose it, but you probably prove the way the game was played. It wasn't, Rob, like it was a bunch of flukes, right? We weren't hitting half-court shots. Either team was. It was well-played basketball back and forth, and Indianola showed we don't have our best player, and we are right there in the mix in the top 5. We're a true top 5 team. Now you have to go prove it the second half of the season when you go back to the conference. And for the girls, I don't think they're a bad basketball team either, but they're just hitting some tough lumps and some tough. So kind of give us our quick assessment here as we head into the second half of the season.
Yeah, for the girls basketball team, I think for them they need to work offensively on gaining some more consistency. They just have not found that consistent pattern for them, and so they're struggling to find that rhythm offensively, and controlling the pace of the game for a full 32 minutes has been difficult, to say the least. So for them, I think that's got to be a goal for the second half. And they're 6 and 7, kind of hitting that halfway point, but still a lot of basketball to be played. They're 4 and 3 in the Little Hawkeye Conference, so they're showing they can hang right in there, and with a few breaks, you don't know how you could end up standing in the Little Hawkeye Conference at the end of the season. So still a lot to play for, and for the boys, that was on full display tonight. You kind of talked about it with Coach Ebling, and the fact of the matter is they can play with anybody at any time, and the fact that they did it minus arguably one of the top players.
I've called him maybe the best pure athlete in the state right now.
Yeah,
he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, he is definitely up there
in terms of his, of course, the football and the basketball acumen.
Not one time did we know it. I'm sure it had to kill him to sit on the bench
Absolutely.
and watch this game, because that's the kind of competitor he is. And so, for the fact that they're doing all of this without him right now, that's just going to make them a better basketball team. And, like Coach Ebling mentioned, they're going to be road warriors here, and that's going to, test, in hostile environments. And it's going to be a fun second half, but I think they have a bright future and possibly a special season ahead.
The road ahead presented by Downey Tire Pros. Locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. Have a few more orders of business to get to. We got to get you one more Forest Septic Environmental Services radio scoreboard. Our score here, Waukee 62, Indianola 59. And then the girls' game was in favor of Waukee as well. So it is a sweep 52-36. Luther ends up beating Central as women 94-89. Central's men trail Luther 27-23 at the half. It was Dubuque upsetting Simpson's women 77-73 with a huge fourth quarter comeback.